for City Lights on Novus TV. I'm Brittany Greenslade. Well, the sun is out and it's finally stopped raining here in Vancouver. And you know what that means? The BC Home and Garden Show. And I'm going to let you in on a little secret. This year, it's better than ever. This is the first year you guys have been in this brand new convention center. What's different this year?
Well, like you said, the convention center, normally the BC Home and Garden Show is produced at BC Place Stadium, but with the roof replacement, we had to move down here to our new temporary home, which we love very much, but we will be returning to the stadium next year. This year, what's different from the show, we've got the Carol Cabin, which is developed by Carolina Homes out of Lethbridge, Alberta. It's a beautiful 630 square foot modular home that can basically go anywhere. It can be used as a getaway cabin, a summer home, a laneway home if your property permits. And we've just got a lot of the regular mix of our same exhibitors. We've got lots of new companies for this year though, and of course, as always, our feature gardens, which can't be missed.
This year's show brought with it a couple of home celebrities. Let's go see if we can get a couple tips on how to renovate our home.
Oh, look at my little BC family all out in force. Look at little Colin and Justin's Scottish wedding.
I'll tell you, they're a lot better looking than the bunch of people that we had in here yesterday, aren't they?
So you guys are here at the BC Home and Garden Show. Why do you guys like doing shows like this?
Why do we like doing them? Because we're in a public service. I think television is for the public. We love getting out there and meeting people. And it is like the best focus group ever. Because, our audiences, across in the UK and in Canada are very, very honest with us. And we like that, because we're approachable guys, and I like to think that our message is getting out there. So it's a great chance for us to catch up with everyone, find out what they like, what they don't like, and just chew the fat a bit.
So what would you guys find is the main design difference between Canada and the UK?
Canada and the UK tend to suffer from the same qualities and the same disadvantages as anywhere else. One thing that Canadians tend to do, perhaps a bit more than Brits, is they overstuff their space to the power of 10. Every square inch is crammed with too many things, and we often observe that you own 100% of your things, but you use 20% of those things 80% of the time. So the other 80% is stuffed in cupboards and stuffed in drawers and kind of stuffed in corners and confusing and confounding your space. So the first lesson that we teach all our clients is to purge. Get rid of the stuff you don't need, get it back to a basic kit of component parts that are actually important to you, and then decorate accordingly.
So what's the number one biggest thing that you guys are seeing trends this year?
Trend-wise, there's a lovely trend, and it's that whole kind of city meets the country, where you're starting to get very countrified furnishings appearing in modern condos. There are bits of old kind of farm machinery, appearing in condos, and it looks like an art gallery and looks all fantastic. It's an extreme version of it, but it's a nice look, so you'll see leaf prints executed in steel. You start to get vases that have got glass and concrete and lovely timber details as well. So it mixes that whole man-made and nature together.
Have you guys had a chance to walk around the show at all yet?
Yeah, one of the most important things for us when we come to do these home shows is to do what we call walking the floor. And walking the floor is really important. We get to see the people that have come to see us, and we're never too experienced to take new ideas where we can get them. And a show like this, I guess, in a nutshell, is a mixture of big names and big ideas, and you can walk around and be inspired by everything. And let's face it, when the weather's cold and wet outside, you don't want to be jumping from mall to mall and shop to shop and high street to high street. You come to an exhibition like the BC Home and Garden Show, and it's all there for you under one roof, and that to me is such a good time saver.
Has anyone here built a house? Okay, we're done a major reno. Okay, anyone completed one? Does anyone live in a house that's completely finished? Nothing left to do? One, you, sir? You're one in a million.
So Bryan, we already saw you inundated with fans over there. Why do you like doing shows like this, even with all of the people?
You know what? Going to home shows and talking to people and the fans of the show, I think is critical. It's important. Those are the people that are watching me work every day, and the people that know me because they watch me on TV and they come down and they really do know me. So I like to share the information of how to plan a reno, how to do things, so they don't end up on the show one day.
I'm sure you've seen your fair share of disaster DIYs. What is one of the worst you've seen?
One of the worst we saw was an entire basement framed up in metal studs, regular 14-2 wire pulled through all the studs, and all the walls were live.
You guys have a lot of people that call in. Maybe you're looking at buying places that want to fix them up. What are things that people should steer clear of on places they're buying?
Well, it really depends what you want to do. For me, being a contractor, I look for a place that's falling down is fine with me. It really is location is a number one. If you're not that handy, don't buy a heavy fixer-upper unit unless you have the budget to fix it up. You know, steer clear of grow ops. You know, unless you really do that, that's going to be a project house. Structural issues. You know, the minor stuff, the way it looks is really, it's cosmetic. It's not a big deal. So as long as the bones of the house are good, it's on a good solid foundation and in an area where you like, you're good to go.
That's it for us here at the BC Home and Garden Show, and what a great turnout. For more information, go to bchomeandgardenshow.com. For City Lights on Novus TV, I'm Brittany Greenslade.